Satnam and welcome back to the channel. My name is Gobind and this is your channel for grace. Thank you guys so much for watching this video live, and thank you to those of you that are watching the replay. I would like to make a couple of announcements before we dive into today's topic, but what we are going to be diving into is the Cancer New Moon Human Design Transit reading, where we look at the human design chart of the new moon and see where it's landing and see what that's going to mean for us collectively. I recommend that you have your human design chart with you so you can compare and see if this new moon, is going to complete any channels for you, or if the energy of this new moon is going to complete any channels. So before I dive in, I am going to add a description to the video. So give me 1 second. Let's go to edit video. And what I wanted to talk about is that I have 2 awesome astrology schools coming up, and I'm very excited about them. So one of them is a goddess astrology school, which is a 6-week program. We are going to begin on August 22nd, and we are going to be diving into the topic of the goddess in astrology. So for example, where do you find goddess frequency in the chart? What does that mean? Where do you find goddess frequencies in planets? And I'll tell you that a lot of the divine feminine energy happens to be found within the realm of the asteroids. So we're going to be going deep into the asteroids as well. And that is the asteroids, the goddess asteroids, but also the Egyptian asteroids. We're going to be looking into the archetypes of the mother, the maiden, the crone, and it will cover how to find these markings in a chart and what that can represent in someone's chart. And so I'm really excited about that class. Again, it starts on August 22nd, and it's a 6-week course. So for every course that I offer as well, I do have a payment plan and a pay in full option, and you can check that out in the link by clicking on the link in the description of this video. The other thing, I'm going to open up the chat here on YouTube. The other thing, the other school is an interpreting astrology school and mentorship. And I am really excited about that, because what we are going to learn in this mentorship is everything about astrology. So if you have been wanting to learn how to read a chart, welcome in everyone. If you've been wanting to learn how to read a chart, or if you want to, even if you don't want to become like a professional astrology, this is not a certification course, although in the end, I'm going to have an option for anyone that wants to have like a one-on-one with me, and I can check in and see where you're at and do a little bit of a test, and then probably be able to do certification that way. But either way, we're going to learn a lot, and this class is going to be useful whether you are wanting to be an astrologer or just to know it for yourself, so you can look at the charts of people in your life and help read these charts for them. I actually want to give you a little bit of a visual, because I think that that's always fun to do that. So I'm going to do a little screen share here of my website. So if you go to channelforgrace.com, this is where you're going to end up. And then you look at the menu option, and we're going to go to astrology school and mentorship. And this gives you basically the information that you need. This school starts on July 20th. And the information is, you're going to see a lot of why would you want to study astrology? Why would you want to know all these things? And the topics that we're going to cover are the fundamentals of astrology. We're going to go into the planets, the signs, the houses, the aspects like squares, trines, sextiles, natal charts, how to read natal charts, how to read transits, how to read progressions, how to read synastry and relationships and soul contracts, moon cycles, retrogrades, and so much more. We actually haven't even come to I just realized that on the Zoom meeting. Okay, I just fixed the Zoom meeting chat, but realize that we are going to be covering a lot of stuff, and I have a general idea of what we're going to be doing. But I always, the way that I teach and what always ends up happening is I always end up bringing more to the course as we go along, like bringing new content in. So it's going to be really, really cool. Rebecca says, such a cool offering. Great monthly deal too. Yeah. So if you guys are also interested in, how do I X this out? Sorry, too many things on my screen. If you guys are interested in joining us, it's going to be a 12-month program, so a whole year. And we're going to be meeting monthly. We're going to do one lecture and one discussion session. And it's going to be more of like, we're going to do a lecture and then I'm going to give everyone a chart and everyone's going to like go home and read the chart themselves and take notes and put everything together. And then we are going to come together and then offer what we saw in the chart together, and that way I can give like real-time feedback for everyone. So it's going to be super cool and super inspiration. We're going to inspire each other, we're going to learn from each other, we're going to like learn so much information. And I was saying this the last video that I was sharing this information, that I don't consider myself an expert astrologer. And my husband was like, what the heck? He was like, he's like, you have studied so much to get where you're at. You're like undervaluing yourself here. But what I do want to say is that my inspiration with astrology, I'm basically like self-taught. I've been doing astrology readings since, I don't know, like 2019 or 2020. And I have taken a lot of courses now, actually. And a lot of them are with David Palmer, the Leo King. And he's an amazing astrologer. I highly recommend his whole program thing. But the passion has taken me to a place where I've just like dove very deep. And I have a lot of Gemini in my chart. I'm also a projector. And so projectors are generally really good teachers and guides. And they work really well with generators and manifesting generators and anyone that feels drawn to like the frequency of the projector and wants to work with them. So if you feel that, I highly recommend that you join this class, because the energetic match, which I believe is very, very important, talking about human design transit that we're going to go into in a moment, the resonance is really important. The vibrational frequency being a match is really important to working with someone and learning from someone as a teacher. Anyone can be a teacher. The best teachers are going to be the ones that you resonate with at a vibrational frequency. So for both of the courses, there is a giveaway, a free giveaway that you will get entered to win if you sign up for the course. And you're going to win a copy of my Seasons and Stargates Annual Astrology Guide 2024 and 2025. So if you're ready to sign up, this course is going to be, the payment plan is $50 a month, so it's super affordable. And the pay in full price, if you want to just take care of it, is $600. There's no like extra financing charges or anything like that. It's just like a flat rate. So I'm really excited about it. You can sign up on my website by clicking the link in the description of this video. Okay, thank you for letting me share that. And now we are going to transition to, hopefully this is charging. Transition to, there it is. My iPad is dying. The chart of this new moon. Where am I going? Where am I going? Share screen. By the way, happy Independence Day. Happy 4th of July, everybody in the United States. Okay, here's the chart. Let me know when you guys can see it on the screen. This is what we're going to talk about. So this is actually, I like this chart. I like that for the time that this one is happening, we are going to have, there's going to be a lot of open or undefined centers, and one channel that is complete, which we will all feel the influence of, which is the 1648, called the channel of the wavelength, activated by the South Node, which is like karma, past lives. The South Node here in the gate, in this gate, which is called the well, one way to describe it is the well. It's like this well of information and knowledge that you can tap into that you don't even know it's there, but it's there. So past lives, memories, all these powerful things that are connected to South Node frequency, we can tap into right now. Like, I would say this is a great moment for looking into past lives and doing past life regression, because you can remember the information from the well of the South Node. And then you have Jupiter on gate 16, which is a gate of like enthusiasm. I have this energy in my chart, and it's being like just really excited and bringing a lot of that like fun energy to like learning, wanting to tap into the information, to like look into the, find the secrets of the universe and like uncover them. It's called the gate of skills as well. And it is a really powerful frequency that gets activated when the whole, especially when the whole channel is completed. So here we go. Sorry, I just got a text message that was a little distracting. Okay, so the channel of the wavelength, we're going to talk about that one. I'm also like, if you guys don't know, I'm in my car. We just moved into our house, which is totally not even finished. We just built a little shower, an outdoor shower, and an outdoor sink to wash the dishes and stuff like that. Things are discombobulated, and so I'm having a live stream in my car with the AC on because it's hot AF in Arizona. And my husband's like right out there working on some stuff. Yeah, working on some stuff. He just asked me, like, because he just used the drill. He's like, "Is it okay?" Because of the noise. So, anyways, this is so funny, but I'm looking all over the place because I'm not in my office, although you probably can't even tell, which is the amazing thing about being able to do all these things. So, the other thing, let's go back to the chart. Sorry, distracted. The new moon in Cancer is happening on the 39th gate. And so what we're going to start to look at is this actual gate. Rebecca says, I have the 39th gene key. It's her purpose sphere. She has line 2 in it. And the channel, which we're also going to talk about, the 39 to the 55, we are going to, she actually has it defined. So I want you, first of all, look in your chart and see if you have the 39th gate activated or not, and feel free to share in the chat if you do. So this gate, first of all, is in the root center. And the root center is about being grounded. It's dealing with stress. It's feeling like you can deal with stress. Sometimes you feel other people's stress, especially if you have this center undefined. And when you have it defined, you handle stress better than people that have it undefined. But what is this 39th gate specifically? So, oops, here we go. In human design, this gate is called the gate of provocation. If I extend this, you can see right there that the sun and the moon are on this gate, and they happen to be, when this moon is happening, on the 6th line. And when you look into the lines of human design, the 6th line is the one that is ready to graduate, is ready to go beyond, is ready to go to the next thing. So I would say this is a mature energy. I would say this is the type of energy that can see the bigger picture of things. So this gate is called the gate of provocation. And the other word for it is obstruction. And the quick reference theme is people who are here to provoke the spirit of others. So this is the energy that provokes us to like feel alive, you know, that provokes us into like a beautiful emotional expression. People with this gate are here to provoke the emotions of others in order to see the quality of their spirit. So in essence, this is what this moon is asking us to do. Both the 39 and the 55 are gates of indecision. Essentially, this is the gate of flirting. If these people get a negative reaction to their provocation, then the other person's spirit is not in resonance with them, with theirs. And they have to learn not to take that personally. So basically the moon is like poking you. And or not poking you, but is going like, hey, here's something really exciting. And if you're like, yeah, that's exciting, then it's working. But if you're like, no, then it's not in resonance. So I would say that this is a really good time during this new moon, which is happening tomorrow, by the way, to be in resonance and recognize that you should really only be focusing on the things that resonate with you. Because if you're focusing on the things that don't resonate with you, it's just like a downward spiral of energy that just does not feel good at all. Continuing on, people with this gate have to learn to provoke pleasure instead of pain and joy instead of sadness. Their success in eliciting the desired reaction in someone else is directly dependent on the mood of the 39. So this is a moody frequency, which also makes sense that it would be in the sign of Cancer. If you are in a bad mood with this energy, you will provoke misery in others, and often without ever meaning to. That's why you need to really be paying attention, because this is going to be highlighted in all of our charts. What mood are you in? Don't go into arguments when you're in a bad mood. You know, you will provoke the negative stuff in others. This is also a gate of deafness, which is to say that it doesn't really listen, it just does what it does. These people are reluctant to be influenced by others. However, the 39 needs the 55 in the form of someone to provoke so it can work out what it is feeling. When you provoke someone else's emotions, it also shows you what your own spirit is feeling. Bernadine says, I have the 55, but the root is open and undefined. 39s are always looking for someone to fall in love with or something to fall in love with. As a root gate, these people have specific coping strategies for dealing with stress. More often than not, these strategies are rooted in food consumption. In other words, they often try to deal with stress by eating or not eating. So, interesting to think about if you have the 39th gate. Now, on the other end of the spectrum, I just want to mention it, is the 55th gate, which is in the solar plexus, which is the center of emotions. And that's called the gate of the spirit. People who are deeply melancholic, musical, and are romantic and must honor their moods at all costs. If you happen to have the 55, like Bernadine just said, the secret, you're going to feel this complete energy, which is the following. The secret to life is to learn to appreciate the lows as much as you love the highs. When you can let go of wanting to control love, only then will you experience the freedom you seek. This is the channel of stimulation. These people are here to embrace the lesson that life comes with both highs and lows, and to accept the endless cycles of sadness and joy. That's a very wise thing to know. This is the channel of being happy or sad, of riding the emotional wave and tapping into the tremendous creativity that can come from the emotions, and in particular, the low end of the spectrum. Rebecca says, damn, just spoke to my heart. I know. People that have the 3955, it's an intense energy. It's a lot. It is important to remember that an emotion has to be provoked from outside, whereas a feeling arises from within. These people need to be able to accept melancholy rather than trying to rationalize it or make an enemy of it. They need to enjoy being alone when they are feeling down as much as they enjoy being with others when they are feeling high. The emotional wave in this channel is prone to the pulsing energy of mutation, which can seem very calm until suddenly it spikes up or it spikes down. Because of this, these people can appear very calm for long periods, but also may experience sudden, unexpected mood swings. This can even be measured in the terms of years. Like chill for years and years and years, and then all of a sudden, boom, emotion. It's also a deeply romantic and acoustic channel with great sensitivity to music. And so you need, for all of us, this is great advice. You need to talk and listen to each other. You love to act out your moods and express your feelings, and because of this, you can make a natural actor, a natural musician, a poet, an artist of all kinds. So this is a very beautiful artistic energy. It's a very alive energy. What I get from this energy, it's like provoking the spirit of others. It sounds like the excitement of life lives within this space. And because of that, the nature of emotions, right? The nature of the highs and the nature of the lows creates sometimes a space where things are difficult, where we feel like we're suffering, or depressed. But the truth is that this is like Richard Rudd says in this book, you have to be okay with the highs and the lows, because that is the magic of life in general. And I think that this moon, because it's on the 39th gate, it's provoking us to come alive. It's provoking us to wake up. The spirit, to me, when I think of the word spirit, I think of like a child. I think of like innocence. I think of the energy of like life, and the love of being alive. And that's what the moon is trying to provoke in us, right? But sometimes we're gonna go through the waves, because it is an emotional channel, the highs and the lows. And if we open ourselves up, like, magic can really truly happen. So this is the energy that this moon is activating within us all, and collectively, but also in the chart. And the other energy that I was talking about earlier, which is throat to spleen, called the channel of the wavelength. So throat meaning your voice and your truth and your ability to manifest right now, currently, or during the new moon, will basically be focused on, but that's not the right word. Your ability to manifest will be dependent on you listening to your intuition in the moment, the deep knowing of the moment, and then diving into that well of information that is found within your experience, not just this life, but past lives too. Because that south node on the 48th gate is inviting us to remember. And that's really beautiful. So this energy is about talent. But this talent has to be earned through constant repetition and gradual improvement, which means there is a devotion aspect to this. There is a determination. There is like a willpower. And I'm not talking about the willpower of the ego center. I'm talking about like the ability to commit to something because it's what you want. So it takes time is the other important thing to remember about this. But this channel is also about mastery. So we are being invited, and this is Jupiter and the South Node. Jupiter is on the 16th, which magnifies the enthusiasm and to learn something, to master something. And the 48th gate, the South Node, allows us the mastering that we can tap into right now with freaking Jupiter, which is crazy because if I click on this, Jupiter is the biggest planet in astrology, and right now he's in Gemini. I just got done doing this broadcast, this workshop about Jupiter in Gemini and how powerful of a journey it's going to be. So I think that this specific, if I tie into some of that information that we covered in the workshop to this 16th gate, what we are experiencing is that Jupiter is inviting us to grow and expand by learning new things, by diving into new skills, by learning new skills. You can't ever have enough skills when it comes to this gate. And the well of information found at the 48th gate, which is called the gate of depth, the well, is a wisdom so natural that you don't need to go looking for it. And that wisdom right now is found in our past life experiences, South Node. It's found in the gifts that we came into this world with. So this is powerful. We're being provoked to find our spirit, and that is also guiding us to uncover and remember the wisdom that lives within us naturally. And I feel like that is the magic of this new moon that is happening and what I wanted to go into and talk about. One more thing is that the center that has the most defined active gates is the throat. So most of the planets right now are in the throat. Mercury is in the throat, Venus is in the throat, Mars, Jupiter, and Uranus. So Mercury is the mind, consciousness. Venus is love, beauty, relationships, values. Mars is motivation and drive. Jupiter is like the expansion. Uranus is the unpredictable, the surprises, the change, the transformation, the activation. And so I love that we are seeing a channel being completed to the throat from the spleen, which again only has the South Node. The South Node is the only one in the spleen right now. But this is tapping into the wisdom that we already know naturally, part of us, and using it to channel through our thoughts, consciousness, our desire for intimacy and love, our drive and motivation to actually learn all the skills we want to learn, our desire to expand and grow and learn, and the ability of the universe to like change us and transform us and bring in new experiences that we've never had before. And a lot of that is about manifesting. We're manifesting through all of these ways, which I think is really powerful. That's why this channel is really important right now, because it's defining the throat and the spleen. And then the new moon is attempting to provoke our spirit so that we can like truly dive in and like channel the information, manifest. So new moons are times to set intentions, and this is Cancer, which is home and family. So it's time to set intention for how you want to create a new home, a new life, but a new experience, but that feels like home. So in order to do that, your spirit, that innocent spirit, has to be provoked, because that spirit is what is going to take you home to home sweet home. It's a big theme. So I recommend that if you're not in the Starseed membership, because we kind of covered this theme a lot, it's coming up right now because we're talking about Jupiter in the 16th gate. But the workshop, Jupiter and Gemini, is really important. And it was really powerful, and we dive really deep into this concept of what am I talking about? A new life, a new experience, a new home, a new world. And it's in the Starseed membership. It's included in the membership. You get a free week, so I recommend you check that out as well. But other than that, I feel like this energy is going to be really beautiful. And I am very excited about this new moon, this frequency. I love that the planet Jupiter at this time during this new moon is actually on Aldebaran. And Aldebaran is the eye of the bull. It's the all-seeing eye. It's like the magic of Archangel Michael, who comes in to cut the cords so that we can be free of all the things that hold us back. So it is a powerful frequency, and this moon is also on the Sirius Stargate, which apparently is an energy and frequency in human design that is here to provoke the spirit within us. So an exciting energy, a powerful energy, and I can't wait to see how this unfolds for you in your life. And also, I am very excited about this new moon and set my intentions, which it's very, very relatable for me because I am, building a new home, and it's going to take time, and it's going to take commitment, and it's going to take devotion. I think we all need to recognize that the things that are truly are going to have the most value in time are the things that we put the time into doing them, and doing them like with devotion and with dedication and with spirit. So thank you guys all so much for being here, for watching this video. Please check out the links in the description. This is all the classes, the workshops, all the things that I offer, the memberships. Please join us in the global community, Channel for Grace Global Community. If you don't, you can just find For Grace Network. And then when you've entered our free public community is called the Global Community, and I host a bunch of events and a bunch of cool stuff. I will be hosting a free info session for the astrology school, and I'm excited to see who's interested in diving in with us and learning how to read astrology and interpret astrology and be mentored for a whole year. Oh my God, I can't forget. I'll be hosting an info session about that, and that'll be in the global community. So you want to make sure you're in there. This place where you get to find out what's coming up, what's going on, what classes are coming up, what schools are happening, and also where you get to connect with all the people from the beautiful Channel for Grace community. So thank you so much. Have a beautiful day. Happy Independence Day, 4th of July. The people in the United States, and I hope you guys have a beautiful week, a magical week, and a beautiful and activating and powerful new moon in Cancer.